Welcome, families, parents, kids, grandma, grandpa, to Mr. Pembroke's class here at Parkview Elementary, room 21. In the year of, I call it the 2021 year, it'd be the end of the year, but we're currently in 2020, and I bet a lot of us, if you're like me, want 2020 to be done. This is unprecedented. I've been doing this job for over a couple decades, and I've never done it like this. Um, but good news is I am fairly tech savvy, always have been, and kind of always pushing that edge. And we can do this, and it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We're going to be okay as long as a few things take place. A little bit about me. Um, I started my teaching career a little late after my wife and I got pregnant with our first daughter. Um, I used to be, believe it or not, general manager of the Yamaha Chico store, which no longer exists. But I was right next to Chico Country Day School. This is going to be back in the 90s. And got to know some of the teachers there and gave field trips. And my wife and I decided that I should pursue my teacher credential. I already had my undergraduate degree from UC Davis. So I went back and got my teacher credential. And I began subbing and teaching at Chico Country Day School. And I ended up being there for 16 years. And I've taught everything from first grade to eighth grade. And I landed at sixth grade for quite a long time. And then I moved to fourth grade. And I've been at fourth grade about, I guess, 8 years. So I know the curriculum really well. I know where we need to be during the sections of the year, the time of the year. And I love the curriculum. California history is fabulous, and our science stuff's great. Um, and so my wife and I it's my wife and I. And then we have two daughters. My oldest daughter is a graduate of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. She played beach volleyball for them, and she's now in the Folsom area. Graduated last year. Unfortunately, the COVID kind of had her lose out her last volleyball season. My younger daughter is, my older daughter's Heather. My younger daughter's Hannah. She plays indoor volleyball for the University of Alaska, Anchorage, in Anchorage, Alaska. So she got recruited up to there. She's currently home doing distance learning like so many of us are. And their season got kicked to the spring. She's a junior there. We don't know when she'll get back up there yet. But both my girls, I was their sixth grade teacher. And so I've had them as students. And now, of course, I've had them as my daughters at home, going through the process of homework and seeing the progress of them through middle school and high school. And so I know what the kids are in for, right? And those of you who have older kids know that too. My big thing is this, that we're a triangle. It's the kid, your kid at the top of that triangle, and you and I as the other two corners of that triangle as a support for them. If they were in my classroom, I would be doing more live with them, obviously, and getting to know them quicker probably. But I will tell you this, that a lot relies on you now. I know more than normal as far as schooling goes, and that's hopefully they have a good workstation and you're checking in with them regularly. But at the end of each day, my main thing is that they've engaged in our activities, certainly in the morning. The afternoon's a little looser, and I'll explain in a little bit more. So, to the nuts and bolts. Usually, we have conversations about field trips and back to school night, field trips and homework and all this other stuff. Well, first of all, I never give much homework anyways. That might be an issue. Field trip wise, we're going to miss out on some really good ones. I'm sorry to tell you. We're going to miss out on our annual Lassen Volcanic National Park trip. We normally would do that in September. It seems that's not going to happen. Good news, though, all fourth graders in the state for the whole year, starting, I believe, next month, get a free national park pass. So your family gets to get any national park free with their little ticket. And you can get that online through the national parks. So that's pretty cool. The three things each day I want the kids to do. So this is critical. So make sure you're checking in with them. And I'm really training them up. So hopefully they're getting the hang of this. Okay, number one, every morning at 8:30, they have a brand new assignment in the Google Classroom. Okay, that's to get them going. That would be the same if we were here in the classroom together. They would come in the door from morning bell, and they would see something on the whiteboard most likely to do, or there'd be something in front of them on the desk, they'd get right to work. That's how I've been doing it for years. It gets them going. It gets me a chance to do roll, but I want them engaging right off the bat. Then at 8:50, 8:50, we're going to do our whole group Zoom, where that's a check-in. It's a lesson. It's a conversation. It's fixing little nuts and bolts. It's a share out, whatever it may be. I don't like that to go more than 40, 45 minutes. And then we get back to work. Now, so Google Classroom's number one. Number two, they should keep open all day. Google Classroom, they should keep open all day my agenda. My agenda is on, as you see on the screen, it's on a Google slideshow. And you have access to it at the bottom of my email, but it's also at the bottom of the Google Classroom. It'll stay there all year long. And I just keep adding to it. So if a kid misses school, if you're traveling, if they're sick, they can always look back a couple days and see what they missed out on or what they need to be doing. So that works great. So that's there for you at all times. So they should have the Google Classroom open. They should have the agenda open. And they also should be in our Google Hangout chat every day. I'm really working hard with them that's a business place. We're only working on complete sentences and high quality writing, but it's a live interaction where the kids can get a hold of me or each other for help. Furthermore, several of you parents, thank you, have jumped in on that chat as your child. And you just say, hey, Mr. P, this is this is so-and-so's mom. We're trying to get this thing done, struggling a little bit. That's great because it's live and we can fix that. I can send links. I can do all kinds of stuff through that. We can have a quick video chat. I've done that a lot with the kids already too. A one-on-one quick boom video. Hey, how's it going? What are we doing? Let's do this. Okay, so we can solve a lot of problems, do a lot of teaching right in that chat. So, but no messing around. I want to, I really try and train the kids on no messing around. It's a business spot. So those three things every day. The key though is for you folks to understand is I want them following the agenda in order every day, in order. Okay, no jumping around. So number one, whatever that's the first thing in the Google Classroom. They complete that. A Zoom's going to interrupt that somewhere, maybe, or number two. And each thing, and I really am adamant that those routines are set. And again, it would be the same here in the classroom, but they're routines that we're building a lot of skills in typing. We're engaging in iReady, both math and reading. I love what I'm seeing lately is a lot of good scorers because they're paying attention. I really want them focused on that as though they're here in the classroom, working really hard. So that said, that's the first 3 hours a day, 8:30 to 11:30, live interaction. They should be online all the time with me in the chat. Sometimes they're doing paper stuff, and we got a math book coming and all that. But they should still be online at their station. They can take little breaks, get a snack, restroom, all that, but they should still be engaged online in those first 3 hours. After that, it's more loose, relaxed afternoon. If the classroom was a normal situation, we would have lunch. After lunch, we'd have silent reading time, and then we'd get back to the agenda and project work. And so I'm really running it like that. So if we do get back together, they'll be very comfortable how these things work. Okay. I'm hopefully I have a workstation. As I see them on Zoom, it looks most of you guys have them set up in a workstation. I'd like them at a desk, a hard surface, in maybe an uncomfortable chair. I think so. They probably are more focused. I don't want to see them on the couch or in a bedroom or on a bed. Sorry. I want them at desk. It looks like we're doing fine with that though. And that gets back to my biggest point is routine. I really want them to just get in a groove of a routine. I think we all benefit from that. And we have all these, websites and logins, and we have new district curriculum that I'll be introducing next week. And so as we get these things dialed in on routine, it becomes much easier for everyone, them and myself and you. Because the truth is, I strive for this and always have. Your child is getting to that age where we can do a lot as independent. They can be independent. They don't need me all the time. They don't need you all the time. Yes, they might need some questions solved, but it does them good to be independent, be able to use some grit and self-control and perseverance and be self-directed. So I'm really trying to get to them. So they should be able to get on in the morning. And I've taught them a lot already these first 2 weeks. And be very independent and get a lot of really good work done and communicate with me, communicate with each other, and problem solve and know that it's not always going to be easy, but that's good to solve those problems and maybe have a couple failures and get through those. Okay. And I'm going to teach them a lot of high tech stuff because I think that's really going to set them up well for fifth grade and beyond in middle school. So handling Google Docs, slideshows. We've got WeVideo, which is what I'm making this on right now. They'll have a lot of fun with that. And so get them really set. Typing's a big one for me because they're going to do a bunch of typing. If you have older kids in middle school or high school, they type like crazy. So that's kind of my big thing. What I want to encourage you at all times, don't ever hesitate to contact me. Email in the chat with the kids is great too. It's fine. Or through email is best. We can do a video conference. I can call you if you want me to. Usually emails, we can get a quick contact on and set up a meeting if we want to do that. We can meet in person. For now, we'll just do the social distancing and masks. Many of you have already come and met me. If you are just watching this and going, oh, what do you mean meet you? Well, email me if you want to come meet. We can meet. We can do a video conference too. So very flexible in that, but I want us to communicate as much as you'd like, and I'll reach out to you on occasion because we want to make sure your students getting the most out of this academic opportunity. And I'm going to work hard for them, but they've got to do their part. They've got to engage every morning and do their work as well. Okay. And I know it's all new and it's a challenge, but we got this. We can do this, and just working together and doing good work. And the kids can do that and get really strong at being self-directed and have that self-discipline to engage every morning. Okay. So that's it. That's the kind of the big picture of what's going on. I encourage you to be in contact with our librarian, Leslie Phillips, lphillips@chicousd.org, about checking out library books. Meanwhile, I'm using Epic. They can take book tests through Epic, which I've already begun to show them how to do that. If you have questions about that, let me know. Be on the lookout, of course, through email and Aries Communications on various things that are going on at the school. But again, if you're confused about things or curious or you just have some questions, don't hesitate to email. I'd like you to know I'm very accessible. And that kind of does it. That wraps it up. I'm looking forward to a great year. We're already making some great progress and learning some new things. I hope they showed you about Pegman. If they haven't shown you about Pegman, or you probably already know about Pegman, or maybe don't, ask your kid about Pegman. I showed him some pretty cool stuff there about traveling the planet and checking out the geography after our latitude and longitude lessons. Making a journey of California. Hopefully they get excited about some stuff. Maybe they share it with you. We've been studying already the 4 regions, and as well as our California state symbols and our California state seal. And I've got a big unit on our California state flag, 1846, coming later. Science-wise, normally we'd be launching our water rockets and starting into our energy transformations, and then we start talking about Earth systems, earthquakes, and all those things that are sort of important for us Californians to know about. I've already exposed them to some stuff, but not full units yet. That we're going to kind of get into that as we progress. So, all right. So thanks for watching. Again, if you have questions, give me an email. Normally we question and answer here live in the classroom, but that's not happening on this one. Meanwhile, look forward to a great year. And already I'm feeling pretty good. We're looking like we got a great start to things. So, okay. You guys all take care.